allow the groom to participate in planning of wedding ceremonies stress-free. Wedding rituals. Article body. In India, most of the grooms and brides are kept away from the marriage preparations. It is believed that the wedding is the most special day for their life, so they should only enjoy themselves and not worry or bother themselves with various preparations that go into planning the wedding or pre-wedding ceremonies. However, what many people forget is that marriage being a once-in-a-lifetime ceremony for a person, he or she would love to be a part of every aspect involved in the planning of this day. But at the same time, it is also important that groom is fresh and rested for his wedding and therefore cannot involve himself in too many preparations. By preparing a simple checklist, the groom can ensure that he is involved in various wedding planning aspects, but at the same time does not come under any sort of stress or strain. Wedding garments. It is extremely important not just for the bride to look pretty on her wedding day, but even the groom should be dressed in his best attire and look extremely handsome. Therefore, the first item on an Indian groom's checklist should be to search, select and prepare his clothes for the wedding ceremony. In our Indian culture, while the brides are supposed to wear beautiful and heavy lehengas, the grooms are expected to adorn royal sherwanis. The making of these sherwanis can sometimes take a lot of time, especially if you need to get some real and authentic zari work done on them. Therefore, the groom needs to order these well in advance. Accessories. There may not be too many accessories which men might require, but they need to make sure that their shoes and pagdi that they wear should match their sherwani, and therefore the selection of these items should also be done along with the selection of the sherwani. Sometimes the grooms like to match their attire with that of the bride so that when their wedding photography is done, the picture comes out really fantastic. Wedding guest list. This may sound like a job of the parents of the groom, but the fact is that the groom needs to be a part of this decision, since he would like to invite not just the friends and relatives of his parents but also his friends. Therefore, he will have to contribute guest list to the main guest list for the wedding. Plan the honeymoon. This is probably the most important job of the groom, and he needs to make sure that all the planning for the honeymoon is done well in advance of the wedding and is as per the wishes of dreams of the bride. As a husband, the honeymoon is the first gift that the groom would give to his wife, and therefore it needs to be perfect. Parlor appointments. There are many beauty treatments for to-be brides present, as well as every bride should use these services to look his best on the most important day of his life. Therefore, appointments and required services should be booked in advance for the D-Day.